Why, hello! You've caught me putting the finishing touches on my new happy hour set located in the beautiful mid-coast of Maine. First of all, I want to thank Ian Smith of Suntiki Studios, who is a great person, a great friend of mine, and a wonderful craftsperson for helping me put my new desk together. I drew it on a napkin, and he helped me make it a reality. And it kind of, well, it looks better than it did on the napkin, but it's pretty much what I drew. So thank you to Ian, and check out Suntiki Studios for all of your live music needs down in Portland, Maine on Forest Avenue. So with that thank you aside, I'm building a bar, so I thought maybe I'll talk with you all about building a bar. Now, everyone's got like a little home bar and everything, and you go out to restaurants, and they've got some crazy tools, and I'll show you some of those, but we'll start with the most essential of tools so that you can start making delicious cocktails in your home. So, where to start? I assume everyone has a cutting board. I went with the Teflon kind for no particular reason other than it was tiny and reasonably priced. They're also easy to clean, and I also have a bunch of wood here anyway. A paring knife should be all you need. I have non-serrated. You could use a serrated knife. The little Victorinox serrated knives will do just fine. You can spend as much as you want on Japanese steel. You can go bananas, or you can spend $8. And this will, as long as you keep it sharp, this will shoot you straight. And you can do most things with this, usurping the need for a channel knife, unless of course you want to have the, the classic lemon twists and whatnot. But you can get most of your work done with one of these things. In order to measure what we're pouring, we're going to use a jigger. They are broken down. There's lines in here. Some of them, I mean, they're all kind of different, but this is full 1 ounce down here, but it has like a marking for 1/2 and 3/4. And then this is 2 with some other markings in there. Anything like this will do, basically 1, 2, and then after a while you don't need to like stare at the lines. You can kind of figure out, eyeball what a 1/2 is and all of that. I'll go over here. This is called a Boston shaker, I hope, and it's the one that has the top with the strainer. So without this, it just kind of looks like a regular one. Stand by, which is, hold on, it's fine. These will also work. You don't need this, but it's good to have for, I don't know, shaky drinks like martinis and stuff like that, where you don't mind that the drink is a little bruised, aka there's a little bit of ice in the drink. And that also depends on how vigorously you shake it. These work just fine too. Shaky, shaky, shaky. I'm gonna break that free, and then that brings me to my next trick, a strainer. I grabbed this OXO brand, somewhat fancy strainer. But again, you don't need to break the bank. You strain your drinks out. So while you're, I'll get back to this in a second. You might also want to stir your drinks. So a bar spoon, and this one has a little swizzle stick. And I also just saw a video on the intertubes the other day that had somebody adding a liqueur to a drink, and it was just, because these are like little spirally design. I don't know if you can see it from there, but apparently the liquid will just kind of wrap its way down this thing. Seems like something that you would do for a couple extra dollars on a tip, or so that, Doug in front of you will go, oh, wow, Martha, did you see that? This place is great. But yes, but it also has like a little swazzle stick here, so in case you don't need the spoon situation. But this is how you'll add, like, some recipes call for a bar spoon of whatever. But that's how you can measure that. And then you can also have one of these fancy glass situations, which is pretty sexy, I would say. And you'd stir your drinks that way. But back to straining, yeah, you would have your basic strainer here. They have the ones that usually have like longer handles. I have a couple of those at home. But yeah, strain your drinks into whatever glass you're pouring into. And then also, you might want to double strain. So there's 2 different types of strainers here. This is just like a kind of a small common kitchen sieve. It's a fine mesh. This one has larger holes in it. So this is going to catch like big stuff like cloves and ice. And so I guess like the ice would mainly stay in there with a regular strainer. But this is if you like something like this, you can pour and double strain it in. So if you want to remove all of the vegetal matter, if you're making a margarita, or some people just don't like pulp, And some drinks are actually like better looking when clarified a bit more. So double strainers, juicer. Just get the lemon-sized one. They make them. They make them in green, orange, and yellow. And I've found that when I juice limes with the yellow one, it's totally fine. And so they make them a little smaller for limes. This one's fine. It's fine. This is all you need. You could also do like the traditional press juicer, pour. I kind of think it's a pain in the ass, personally, but like, if that's the aesthetic, then great. And then toothpicks, or I have like these little, I went for the stabby swords because I'm, classy. To skewer olives or cherries or certain garnishes for certain drinks. And then I also grabbed a microplane, which you can use in the kitchen for, this is really good at getting cheese on your sketties. Really good. Block of parm, grind it down until you hit your knuckles. Kind of vibe. But you can also like grate, you can zest lemon on this. You can, what else? Nutmeg, if you're making like some seasonal like gnoggy type situational. Yes. I think that's about it for tools. And you can go as bananas as you want. I'm going to do that after the show. You can go as bananas as you want with buying gear and everything that you see here. I would say if I had to choose the most basic things, it would be these two things, the knife, the strainer, the bar spoon, and the jigger, and the juicer. That would be all you need. And the Boston shaker. And the 2 strainers. And the microplane, we'll put that back in there. And this glass thing. But other than that, you don't need all this stuff. So hopefully you have learned a bit about building your own bar. Comments, questions, go for it. I'll probably respond. Probably. This has been Happy Hour, brought to you by Maine Spirits. You can learn more about this stuff and other stuff at mainspirits.com. You can download their app for your smartphone. Smart move. Why? What to buy, where to buy it, and what to do once you get it. You can also follow them on Instagram at Maine_spirits. But as always, we demand that you drink deliciously and mostly responsibly. Toodles.